Hi, this is my Raider build in Path to Exile, and it's a fun casual build that clears the yellow map pretty quickly, and it's sort of weak at bosses, but still I really enjoy the gameplay. So what I've got is some random bow I bought, and I think I paid like 25 chaos for this. The elm is completely random, it's just life resist. Yeah, this quiver is, I think it's okay, it's an okay quiver, but as you can see, I think I paid like a chaos for that, not sure, maybe 3 or something like that. Those boots are random resist boots, 3 chaos. I think this thing was 1 chaos, and it's only resist and life. And this is super cheap, 1 chaos, and it's actually pretty fun. Once the rampage triggers, you start like running and attacking with more damage, and yeah, I really enjoy it. Rampage is cool, it's fun. And this armor, it's not the first time I put it on a bow character, and I feel that it's really good. The life and mana on kill makes it that, well, in yellow maps at least, my character is always full in life and in mana. It's really underrated, I think. Well, at least for a cheap character like this one, and I think I paid like 4 or 5 chaos, and I paid more because I wanted the evasion rating one, because my character uses a lot of evasion. And this is a cheap 2 chaos ring, and you can see that I try to scale my fire damage. Yeah, there's a bit of fire damage there. Of course, you can pay more to have a better one, but sort of cheap. I'm a cheapster. And this ring, you can buy one with a curse on the ring, but it costs a lot, so I just bought a cheap Mark of Submission. I think they go at about 2 chaos, and I put Assassin's Mark. And what you gotta know is that if you're doing white maps, yeah, the curse will never trigger because everything blows up in one shot. So the curse that doesn't have the time to trigger basically. But once I reached yellow maps, then that's when I started to get the power charge. And this is the best item on the build. You can see that I'm at 62k DPS, but if I remove this amulet, I drop to 44. So yeah, it's the big reason to go to convert my elemental hit to fire. So yeah, basically I use elemental hit. What I like about this is that you get a lot of damage with any garbage bow basically. Although my bow is pretty good, but I linked, and here are my links basically. I like faster attack. I know that people don't use it, but I don't know. If I look at damage, and I'm at 62k, if I remove faster attack, yeah, I mean it's like I drop down to 50, so I mean the damage is pretty nice. And Mirage Archer is super nice. That's the fun part of this build. Once it's triggered, you run around and he kills stuff for you. Yeah, I like to have a big shotgun type of attack. And Inspiration does a lot of damage too. I don't think it shows the damage there. I mean, the damage is supposed to be low, but at least in yellow maps so far I've having no problem at killing stuff, except at bosses. At bosses it gets annoying, but yeah, I've got an ice golem. Here's my first cast 1 damage taken, and it's on phase run. But I have phase run elsewhere. It's just that I had like unused links, so I just put the phase run there. So I run a bit faster, but usually I still have a phase run. I've got phase run up at all time because I'm a raider and I chose a phase run. And Blood Rage is super good. It gives you a frenzy charge, so you run faster, you shoot faster. What else? Yeah, I've got a faster. I like Blink Arrow, especially when you pop. Sometimes you pop like things with that spawns a bunch of monsters. I forgot the name, sorry. But I pop it, and at the same time I Blink Arrow. So afterward, I've got like a copy of myself that's getting hit. So and at bosses too, it's pretty nice. I leave like clone of myself, and it tanks the damage for me for a while. So faster casting on Frostwall. Yeah, again at bosses or when there's a lot of enemy that fire projectiles, I like to just put a wall there. And honestly, it's basically because I had open sockets and I just threw that in there a bit randomly. But and in the same vein, yeah, summon skeletons at bosses or at place that I know that's gonna be rough. I just use the veil skeletons, and they tank a lot of damage. And I don't have a red gem open, but I like to have decoy. I think decoy is better than Frostwall, but not sure. Could use both. I could use Frostwall and decoy, and yeah. So I've got another cast 1 damage taken set up here, and I put it on steel skin. So there's a bunch of damage that goes in that buff. Increase duration, not sure you really need that. And Creeping Frost, I think it chills enemy when I get it, and that triggers, but it's really not important to get that. Honestly, those guys, the skater bots, those are the one. Well, one of them chills stuff, while the other one shocks stuff. And I'm not even sure if the shocking helps my damage, but they basically, they're basically small tanks that get hit a bit by other things. If they get it, I'm not even sure. They're sort of free. Anger, more fire damage, and precision. So more crit chance, and yeah, that's it. So I reserve a lot of mana there, and you'll see that to be able to do that, since I don't have Empower, I just went for this node. So there's like 20 there, and I think I put that cheap jewel that you get free. So there's a little bit more of mana reserve reduced there. And my skill tree is basically I went for a lot of damage. I think at first I had all those nodes, but later I respect and I went for a bit of life there. Yeah, I went for damage, dexterity, intelligence, and I tried to pick up strength. Yeah, those are the 2 jewels that convert everything to fire. So we got this one, and the other one is there. And what what else? Yeah, I went. You can see that my life total is sort of low, but my character has a bit of evasion, and I've got acrobatics and phase acrobatics. I think I went for arrow dancing too. So the character has not a big life pool, but it sort of evades stuff a lot. And I went for Pierce. Now I think you can go with Chain. Maybe Chain is better. I just went randomly to Pierce because I like Pierce. And at some point later, I started getting all the crit nodes that were available to me. And this one is pretty nice. The knockbacks, it really helps against tough enemies. This is damage, life, more damage here. Maybe I'll get those 2 nodes. Yeah, it's damage. I got 1 node of mana leech, and it's mostly important at bosses because the splendor doesn't give you mana because you're not killing stuff. But usually I think the mana leech there is useless except at bosses. And this is more damage. I went for I like to have my flask up at all times, and this gives strength and intelligence too. So yeah, this way my flasks are always up. I think it's because of this node and maybe this one too. No. No. Yeah. So I've got a lot of flask recovery rate there. So my flask are pretty much they're up often. So. Yeah, this node is life, and I took this is more damage stuff. This node gives you strength, so it's pretty good. Got this thing, damage, life, more life there, and I think this is the last thing I got. It's just some random damage, but next I think I'm gonna go there and then get those here. And this one is something intriguing. For sure it's an upgrade to this node. So maybe I could go like this at some point. And this node might be interesting because it's fire damage. Wonder if it does more damage than these. I would need to test it or install a path of building, but I just find that to be overkill. I mean, I'm more casual anyway, so I don't care really about maxing stuff. Yeah, that's all I've got to say. What else? Oh, I could show my flask. So this removes the bleeding, and it's really important because sometimes your life goes down like for no reason, and you got like those spots of blood around you, so you're bleeding, and that's when you need to drink that. Sometimes I need mana too. Oh, fuck. So this gives me the mana. Sometimes my life is low and I can't leech. So this flask basically gives me everything I want. It removes the bleeding, and it gives me mana if I need mana, and it gives me life if I need life. And yeah, a random Quicksilver flask, Diamond flask for more damage. The iron skin is bad. This one more damage and evasion on top, so it's pretty good. See, I've got some damage leech there, so maybe it helps. Just a bunch of evasion. So if I check my stats, yeah, the armor is low, evasion is not that bad, it's not that great either, but it mostly comes from yeah, you can see that the Splendor gives me like 20% chance to evade attacks. Yeah, it's pretty good. And like I said, the life on kill and the mana on kill is really good. And I've got more if the curse triggers here. So I've got like 125 life and mana on kill, so that keeps me full. Max resist, my chaos is awful. What else? Yeah, I've got a lot of chance to evade and dodge, so while my life is sort of low, the character is still sort of tanky. Yeah. There's nothing special here. So yeah, that's about it. I'm gonna show a gameplay next.
Not up to that just yet.
Need a map?
Not up to that just yet.